Favorite radio personalities of all time.
On 102.5 and 106.3, The Game and the Game Nashville app.
With no further ado,
Caroline, Willy, D-Mase, 102.5, 106.3, The Game and the Game Nashville app. We are live from the Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical Game Studios, and we are streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live every single day. Our video streaming is brought to you by Superbook, and we are live out here at day one of SEC Media Days. 102.5 and 106.3, The Game's SEC media coverage is sponsored by Volunteer Hose and Gasket and Mercedes-Benz of Music City. Willy D, D-Mase,
Hey.
Happy SEC Media Days.
Happy.
How we doing?
Hey.
Thing. Hey,
There he is.
What's going on,
All
guys?
right.
Oh
Can
man,
you hear me?
the gang is all back together. Oh my goodness!
Hey, man, look at that.
Everybody
handsome
is
guy
here.
in that green shirt.
Everybody is here. It's a who's who
It
of
is
SEC media.
A packed
man.
house.
We're just starting.
Yes, but
Our show has a time. You know, we have to have timing on the show. Unlike some shows, start whenever you want, finish whenever you want.
We're not mentioning anyone specifically.
Yeah, we're not
just
mentioning anyone.
saying in theory. In theory.
man,
Well-
look at this guy. Look at the other guy that's right next to him.
Okay, hold on. We've got a special guest. No, we have not. The first guest of the week, the ceremonial first guest.
I love the green shirt, though. I really do.
It's free. I played in the same event.
So you got
Yeah,
the same
I got the same shirt.
So let me see if I've got this right.
Yeah.
You're telling me about scheduling and times and,
It's very important.
well, yeah. Where
Punctuality.
Where did you learn all that?
I had a great teacher.
Hey, y'all want a really good story that'll make him look bad?
Oh,
ahead.
man.
So-
Is this really how we want to start our week?
So I hired him out of college
Oh, boy.
after the Blue Jays got rid of him. And one night he says to me, and I quote, "I can't be on when Vanderbilt's playing."
I had a lot of status back then.
Right.
D-Mase.
And-
D-Mase is coughing up a lung over here. He's laughing so hard.
Are you
It's
gonna-
not like Vandy's a juggernaut or something. I mean,
Are you going to make it, by the way? So I told him in no uncertain terms that I didn't give a damn about his schedule, that we were going to operate on the show's schedule.
Yeah. Oh,
So
my
when the
goodness.
Predators made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final, I called him one day and I said, "Have you told the Predators that you can't work because Vandy may have a game?" And he goes, "Are you still using that against me?"
Oh, yes.
I guess the answer is, yeah,
Yes.
it was easy stuff.
Oh,
He
yeah.
still says it to this day. Can't work. I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Luckily, they don't have too
Can't
many
play.
games from 11
can't
to 2.
play,
So-
when
Yeah.
Vandy's playing.
So you feel like what I'm doing now lacks structure.
No, I think it's great, but if you want to minutes late, you can. It's okay.
Well, we did
I
that
just saw
day.
that the other day. I witnessed it.
So what is it you all intend to do today? Give
Well,
me an idea of what we should
George,
do.
as you like to say, George Plaster with us here. Silly underdog picks. Hopefully he'll be back for another season unless we run him off here today. But as you like to say, George, we always strive for broadcast excellence.
Right, and in
And-
lieu of that, just do what
Just
the
do
hell
whatever
it is you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's our philosophy.
but it
Right.
starts with the lady to my right.
Yes. So she's
She
the
provides some-
excellence, and
yes.
we
Exactly.
sorta-
She
okay.
provides the class, and we just kind of
Gotta
Go
keep
for
We're
it.
out
it.
of
Yeah.
coattail. That's
If
all
I'm
we
the
do.
one providing the class, that's when we're in a kind of a scary position here. Yeah.
So how long are you all on?
until 2.
That's a pretty good length of time.
Yeah.
Is that why I'm on? Filler.
Yes, exactly.
Filler.
Yeah.
So, what do we think? Has anybody looked outside? You can't turn left.
Oh,
You
man.
can't turn
It's a
right.
mess.
West End is unrecognizable.
Oh, my
When you
God.
look down from downtown down towards Vanderbilt area, all of that construction, it's unreal.
It's an
Did
obstacle
Vandy buy all
course.
the real estate over there?
Say that
Did
again.
Vanderbilt buy up all the real estate over there
They don't
down
really.
their way?
They don't confer with me about monetary decisions. Look, I got a diploma. If they knew then what they know now, it wouldn't have happened.
But
You
this
all-
is pretty cool, though. I mean,
Oh,
you've
it-
been to many SEC media days going way back, but this is pretty cool to have it
Yeah.
here. And
Yeah.
it's a good setup.
You can't get here, but
It's hard
I
to get
mean,
here.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to get here,
Oh,
but
my God.
it's cool to have it in Nashville. It's
Yeah,
cool to have
yeah.
everybody here talking about how much of an event it is having it in Nashville, maybe rather than a Hoover. So it's fun to host
Yeah.
everyone.
They had it last year in Atlanta, and the Braves weren't home.
That was
So
a bummer.
what
that
good
was
did
a
that?
bummer.
Oh, what
That
good
was a
did that
bummer
do
for
me? So anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
George,
glad I could
appreciate
be
you for joining us.
Well, I sort of invited
Yeah.
myself. I mean, it's not like
As they say in Anchorman, thanks for stopping by.
yeah. Willie, it's great seeing
Yeah.
you. Why
If
don't
you need a guest a
Yeah,
little later,
come on
yeah,
over.
I'll be
Yeah.
glad to stop by.
2 o'clock, 2:08.
That's right.
It really doesn't
It's
matter.
called reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Boy, you are full of it today. Y'all take care.
Appreciate you, George.
right,
You
thank
too. Appreciate George Plaster stopping by. But I want to start here because today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank
birthday.
you. And when I saw the SEC Media Day schedule, I said, SEC Media Days is in my city, and LSU Day is on my birthday. How much better could it get? Like, this is the best birthday gift I could ask for. Until I saw the news that the Titans signed DeAndre Hopkins. So when I said nothing can get better than this, I think the man upstairs winked at me and said, here you go, I'll give you something even better, because DeAndre Hopkins is a Tennessee Titan. Our initial reactions when we saw the news drop yesterday.
Pretty amazing. And D-Mase, she sent the initial schedule, and it was going to be an LSU docket. 2 of the 3 hours were
Yeah.
going to be LSU football wall to wall.
2.5.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what everyone cares about here. Is
Yeah.
my takes on LSU
But then the
football.
DeAndre Hopkins changed
Yeah.
it a little bit.
Yeah, so you're welcome. Saved by
made
D-Hop.
It made her change some things around. So, we were going to do 2.5 hours of LSU. Now we're going to do 2.
Just 2.
Just 2
Yeah.
hours of LSU.
Yeah.
And
That
the
extra
rest would
30
be-
minutes is really going to help us out.
Exactly. But no, I wasn't surprised when I saw it. I guess I was more so surprised that the information was released on the day it was, like yesterday of all days. Like, it's a slow day. You would have thought the Titans would have wanted, it to be like the first thing Monday morning, announce the signing or whatever. But I know they couldn't keep it, under wraps that long.
Right.
So what we're understanding is a 2-year deal with incentives. I believe he felt that this was probably the one team that would, get close to, with incentives, to, what he was asking for. You had to believe that New England wasn't close at all. You had to believe that any other team that was trying to get into the DeAndre Hopkins sweepstakes wasn't close. And the Titans, more or less, they had to make the deal. They had to. They were sort of, I still do believe they were sort of forced. They forced themselves into making a deal. Not to say that, DeAndre Hopkins isn't worth it, but I think it was all or nothing for them. It was like, we got to get him. And if we don't get him, that was going to be a big stain, not on Rand Carthon, but I think it would have been a big stain on Mike Vrabel.
Do you not like the 2-year deal?
I think essentially what it is, it's a 1-year deal. The second
I was
year,
gonna
I think the second year
start
is
the
like-
line and have Derek finish it. It was the first thing I said. Is a 2-year deal at this stage of your career is really a one-year deal.
Yeah. So,
And I hope that that's the case, because to me that's the key to this whole thing.
Yeah, because if you look at it, if it's truly a 2-year deal, there are some things that I believe the Titans are going to have to think about here. And I know I'm sort of jumping ahead a year. Let's just obviously after this I don't want to concentrate on this year, but if this is a true 2-year deal where they're locked in for 2 years, well, what do you do with Ryan Tannehill for next year? Do you try to bring this fruit back next? Say if they make it to the playoffs. They don't necessarily have to win the AFC South. Say if they make it to the playoffs.
Right.
What do you do then the next following year?
You can figure it out.
I understand you can figure it out. That's why I'm led to believe this juncture of his career, a 2-year deal is essentially a 1 year that they can get out of the second year, because a lot of the monies that he will earn will be this year through incentives that will get him up to the 15 if he can meet all the incentives.
2-year deal, $26 million contract with incentives up to 32, base of 12 million year one with incentives up to 15 in year one. I don't know how much money of that is guaranteed. I haven't seen a breakdown of exactly how the money is broken out.
It's like
exactly what's
catches
guaranteed.
and yardage.
Yeah, incentives up to 1 million for yards, up to 1 million for receptions, and up to 1 million for touchdowns.
It's pretty straightforward.
don't
Basically,
know
a
what's
quarter of a million
guaranteed.
for each tier
It's a
is what it looks like.
It's standard.
Is that pretty standard?
Yes,
I was wondering
pretty
that.
standard when it comes to receivers. When I redid my deal with the Titans, they put in their escalators that were attainable, and I think I received all of my attainables throughout the 4 years that I was the next 4 years that I was here with the Titans. So those things will be attainable for him. Majority of them. I'm not going to say all of them. The 95 catch thing, I don't know how attainable that's going to be, because they still got Derrick Henry, and this offense still is going to run through Derrick Henry. And then you got more pass catchers with D-Hop. Now you can rely on Chigakonko, Traylon Burks, Kyle Phillips, Chris Moore. So that's probably one of the incentives that may be a little bit hard to reach. I'm not saying he can't, but when you have other pass catchers, young pass catchers, then it's going to be a little bit harder to attain than 95. Now, the other ones, 65 catches and 75, those are more attainable, I believe.
And I'm sure that was the D-Hop side of things, is people saying, hey, throw us a little bit of a bone here. Throw us some attainable incentives.
Exactly.
Willie, your initial reaction. You saw the deal went through. You saw the term, the money. Your thoughts?
Well, I think he got closer to OBJ than I thought he would get. I just didn't think that somebody would actually go that high, but the Titans basically did in the first year of the contract. They got very much in the ballpark for Odell Beckham Jr., and so that had to satisfy to an extent DeAndre Hopkins. I wonder when they went to that level. I wonder if they were at a lower level for a while, and then as it got closer and they saw an opportunity to maybe close the deal, maybe they went up a little bit. I like, and again, this is the common ground I have with Jared. Enjoy it while it lasts, right? But Jared has been saying, look, and I agree, you go as high as you need to for 1 year. As long as it doesn't blow up your budget for this year, having a guy on a 1-year deal and paying him more is good, as long as you keep the flexibility for next year. Because at the end of this coming year, everything's going to have to be reassessed. As Derek mentioned, the quarterback, Derrick Henry's going to have to be reassessed. Kevin Byard's going to have to be reassessed. You may be turning the page on your entire franchise. So you want the flexibility to move on if you can. I think they've done that here. It looks like. I don't know the details of the second year, how much is guaranteed.
And
Because those incentives, you're glad to pay those.
Yeah.
If he's doing well, that's a win-win.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another one of the strange things is we haven't seen the guarantees. We haven't seen the full breakdown of the contract. And whenever we don't see the guarantees, it's normally because the agent doesn't want that out there. So is it not very favorable? Does it not look great for DeAndre Hopkins? Is it a little bit more of a team-friendly guaranteed deal? And then DeAndre can earn the rest of the money and the rest of the incentives.
See, it doesn't say specifically, but per NFL media, I'm reading CBSSports.com. They laid out all the tiers for the incentives, right? And they said a 2-year, $26 million deal, $12 million the first year. Now, is that guaranteed? That's what I don't know.
I would guess probably not.
And obviously it goes up to. He can get up to $3 million if he hit every single incentive. If he has over 90 catches, if he has 10 touchdowns, and 1,050 receiving yards. So it's really, the receptions, it's kind of set up the way he's been going about it the last couple of years. A lot of catches, not a ton of yards, not a huge average yards
Volume.
per catch. But, he could get up to $3 million. But it looks like it's $12 million as long as he's going to be on the team. That's higher than I think I would have gone. I mean, we have to prepare for it not to go well. And what does it keep you from doing? I mean, are there any other moves they have to make as a result of signing him? I don't know. That's what I think we're going to find out in the coming days. That's what I'd be curious to know when they have the press conference. Does this force them to move some stuff around in the budget this year?
Maybe so. Maybe so. But I think I feel a sense of relief because the longer this was drawn out, the more and more bleak it felt to think about how, I don't know the right word to say, maybe nerve-wracking it was to go into this season with two unproven receivers. You had DeAndre Hopkins into the mix, and things looked so much different. Things looked so much more certain for this Tennessee Titans offense. But I want to continue the conversation coming up next because you two bring up the 2-year deal, and I actually kind of like it. I like the flexibility. We'll use that word. I like the flexibility that the Titans have given themselves with DeAndre Hopkins' contract, and I want to get into that coming up next. Plus, it's D-Hop Day, so it is your day. We're taking your reaction all show long. 615-737-1025 is our phone number. Caroline, Willy, and D-Mase, 1025-1063 the game.
All the big plays.
Rebound, try out in front, and Saros covers it up.
All the big stories.
Andrew Burnett reportedly hired as the next head coach of the Predators.
All in one place. We are Nashville's best sports talk. 102.5 and 106.3.
Checkered flag is in the air.
Comparing goalies to running backs.
46-27 Vanderbilt.
Does this group of players need more? The Game and the Game Nashville app. Want to see our smiling faces? You can watch us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live.
We are good to go.
Presented by Superbook Sports, voted #1 sportsbook in Vegas.
Tuning into the baseball game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system?